Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestling Space and to another edition of NXT 2.0 out of 10. It doesn't seem like I'll be saying NXT 2.0 out of 10 for much longer because Black and Gold might be coming back, but it was the 1 year anniversary of 2.0. So yeah, we'll have to see where it goes. I don't know what's wrong with me today. But anyway, yeah, it's a big show, so let's get straight into it. And we kick things off with Pretty Deadly versus the Creed brothers in a steel cage match for the tag titles. The Creeds were in control early on, the champs tried to leave the ring, but was slammed down to the mat. Prince was powerbombed into the cage wall before Wilson was seen battling one of the Creeds at the top of the cage. Damien Kemp then came out and climbed up the cage from the outside before handcuffing Julius to the cage wall. Julius tried to kick down the cage wall to free himself while Brutus was being attacked by the champs. Brutus managed to kick out their finisher once, but the second one got the free count. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Even in a steel cage match, Creed brothers still don't look too bad because of obviously Damien Kemp. And Pretty Deadly retaining so quickly after winning them is the right decision, but yeah, it protects the Creed brothers and continued the Damien Kemp storyline. So yeah, on the whole, this was a good start to show. 7 out of 10. Wesley then won the vote to face Carmelo Hayes tonight, and Joe Gacy said that he had some important work to do before he got Fallon Henry versus Lash Legend. Henry got some big moves early on, was posing on the apron before Legend kicked her off. Legend sent Henry into the ring post before heading back into the ring. Henry dodged a pump kick and got a running knee strike for the victory. Yeah, to be honest, this gets a 5 out of 10. Definitely wasn't the best match I've ever seen. Probably 2 of the performances on this brand that you'd say maybe aren't quite ready yet. I don't know, maybe it's a bit harsh or not. But yeah, for me, this has to get a 5 out of 10. Backstage, Von Wagner almost got into a fight with Sanger before Briggs Jensen and Fallon Henry ran into Toxic Attraction, who were out next, but their promo was interrupted by Alba Fire. Fire walked up to the ring and attacked the trio with a baseball bat, driving Toxic Attraction out of the ring, before Cora Jade was in a short promo where she talked about how she was going to take over NXT. And yeah, just putting over the women's division, and yeah, all made sense, logical moves. Before Quincy Elliot made his NXT debut against local talent, there was some dancing before Elliot got the Yokozuna bomb for the victory. 6 out of 10. You know, I always praise the Gosh matches. 6 out of 10. Did its job, put Quincy over. So yeah, not a bad start for him in the life of NXT, really, I suppose. Wesley was then attacked by Carmelo and Trick in the locker room as the show moved on. Before it was time for Cameron Grimes and Joe Gacy versus the D'Angelo family. Grimes came out alone and was immediately overpowered by Tony and Stacks. Gacy and the Diet came out to join them, and Gacy got the apron as Grimes' partner. Grimes refused to tag Gacy before getting a double Hurricane Rana. Gacy forced the tag and got some big moves in, but Grimes said he did not need help. Grimes then got the cave in on Stacks before Gacy came with a handstand clothesline for the W. After the match, Grimes yelled at Gacy for interfering before the Diet took him down from behind as well. Gacy hit his finisher on Grimes as well before leaving the ring. And yeah, gets 7 out of 10 from me. Really decent match as well, with a storyline element which I thought was really good here. Grimes Gacy thing just seems to be getting ever so closer, and I thought this was a really interesting way to build it up. So yeah, this was good stuff. 7 out of 10. Braun Breaker then recapped his last year as the top champ on NXT 2.0 as we headed for another match, but before that, backstage Tyler Break said he was looking forward to a rematch against Braun Breaker, which I think we'd all like to see. Before it's time for Ariana Grace and Kiana James versus Lyons and Stark. Stark was in the ring and had control of the match early, and James was sent outside but managed to take Stark down at ringside before sending her back in. Stark then took back Breaker for a near fall before James knocked Lyons off the apron. Grace then tagged in and took some big moves from Stark before following a running knee. Grace then got a near fall off a big boot before Stark got her finisher and tagged in Lyons, who did the splits on Grace to get the pinfall victory. And yeah, gets 6 out of 10. Just reintroduction for Lyons and Stark, who haven't seen for a while. So yeah, did its job really. 6 out of 10. We then saw the Diet get into a brawl in the parking lot with a no-feet and blade as the show continued. Interesting. Before Javier Bernal took on security guard Hank Walker, who got a big pop as he walked for his first match. Walker was caught in a headlock early on before lifting Javier and dropping him in the corner. Bernal slapped Walker, angering him before the newcomer got some throws. Walker was caught in a sleeper hold before he hit a few splashes from the corner, getting the victory. Yeah, this was interesting, but you know, it did its job, I suppose. Walker seems quite over, so yeah, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Yeah, for what it wasn't too bad. Carmelo Hayes was then out next with Trick Williams and said Wesley didn't have what it takes to beat him, and neither did anyone else, before Solo Sikoa made his kind of return to NXT and said he got next before attacking Trick and Mello. Sikoa cleared the ring and the match began for the North American title. Solo was able to power through the early offense from the champ before dumping him in the corner, but Trick saved him from the hip attack. Solo then dropped Hayes off the ropes and landed on top of Trick outside before he headed for a break. Back after the break, Sikoa was dropped on his bad knee by Williams on the apron before Mello decided to go after the knee as well. Hayes unlocked in a single leg crab. on the knee, but Sikoa broke out of it. Trick then blocked a Samoan drop outside before Sikoa kissed him off the apron. Solo then hit a massive Uranagi and a flying splash, picking up the win. And Solo Sikoa of SmackDown, we thought, is a new North American champion. This is very interesting. What does it mean for the belt? Is Sikoa staying on NXT? Yeah, lots of questions after this, but yeah, this was very, very interesting. I'm kind of intrigued to see how it goes, but massive run for Solo Sikoa. For this match alone, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 just for how good the match was and the shock factor. So yeah, this was really good stuff. Overall, NXT this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought it was a solid episode of NXT this week. Kind of, it was a funny show because some of the stuff there was just filler doing what it needed to do, and some of it was really interesting developmental storylines just developing up. So yeah, I mean, like, they were all done well. The Scottish match was done fine. So yeah, solid episode of NXT 2.0 as it is now, 7 out of 10. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, don't thoughts, comments down below, and follow. So thank you so much for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. Now, we greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.